Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of The Modern Day Woman Show. My name is Amy, I'm your host today, and with me on the panel I have Sarah, Alex, Tiffany, and also guesting is our Final Thoughts panellist, the beautiful Natalie. Today we're going to be talking about sexual harassment. In 2017, the Me Too movement took over social media and thousands of people came forward with their stories of sexual harassment. And today we're going to talk about our experiences. Slut shaming has taken on a new life since social media has really blown up. Platforms like Instagram has really blown up.
Slut shaming is making somebody feel bad because they're feeling themselves.
Yeah, it's shaming you for being sexually empowered.
Yes.
I would have thought slut shaming was something else. I would have thought slut shaming is when my understanding is if a woman wants to sleep with multiple men.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I
If a
thought.
woman wants to sleep with multiple
but
men,
I mean,
that is
there's
not
the
okay.
I think it
woman.
was
it's an umbrella. I think it's an umbrella term.
Yeah, somebody could be wearing a crop top walking down the street.
That's slut shaming.
And somebody could, call them something. That is slut shaming. I think it's a big
Covers
umbrella
the horizon
term
of
for
it.
just basically shaming women who are sexually empowered. Or maybe not even sexually empowered, just want to show extra skin.
Okay.
Or,
I would literally say, give a scenario like this. If a lady goes and sleeps with 10 men in 1 week, she's a slut.
She's a slut.
If a man wants to do that, he's a G.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's
It's like,
use a good example, which I think we're going to talk about. OnlyFans. People shame people for having OnlyFans. That's slut shaming.
Oh, okay, yeah, so I've got an OnlyFans. Well, I did have, because I lost my job and I had £10 in my bank. I made £1,000 in a day, so I was flying. And then I got a new job, so it was fine. But people were messaging me like, you shouldn't, why have you got an OnlyFans?
That's slut shaming.
Yeah, so guys were messaging me going, I can't even, like me guy who I was seeing dumped me. The guy who I was seeing on the last one, he was like, I can't business with you no more because you're doing an OnlyFans. And I was like, that's so crazy because all I need to do is feed me kids. Do you know what I mean? That's all my money is going to do is pay me bills, feed me kids. Like, and if you've got a better option for me, then fucking show me it.
Yeah.
But if not, shut your
to be a
mouth.
bit controversial. Is there not other ways of making money?
I could sell me fanny. Completely. I mean, you can ride a Tiffany if you want, £50 for you.
unsolicited dick pics. Who has received them? I have.
I actually
Sarah have.
I actually
Anyone?
Slants.
I'm receiving them. No, thank you.
So how does it make you feel?
I get them all the time. I'll wake up to about 10. And people now send them in the shower, where they're in the shower, and then they'll just go, whoo, and they'll be washing the willies, and I'm just like, thanks. What can I do with a dick pic? I can't print it off and rub it on my mug, it gets soggy, so the only thing that's going to happen is the paper's going to get wet.
I haven't had one, but they are bullshit. They are not okay.
They're not okay.
They're not okay.
Not that.
It's pure
they're not
face.
okay.
Sensual dick pics are boring, but okay. But
What is a
unsolicited.
sensual dick pic?
When you say, can I see what you're working with?
And
I
they
thought
say
you
their
said
penis.
Consensual. I thought you said
consensual.
I thought you said sensual.
Yeah, if there's agreement
Sensual
between the
dick
two
pics
of
don't
you,
exist.
then that's cool. What
you
you
want
what
it.
you two are doing, but
Yeah.
it's when people violate your boundaries.
Yeah.
And you're not
That's for
expecting
me.
it, you're like, whew,
No.
wasn't
Yeah.
expecting
But
it.
see, I asked a guy once who slid in my DMs with his dick, and I was like, why do you feel like that's okay?
Yeah.
And he said, do you not understand how sexual you are? So obviously you should...
Send it to his mom.
He said, this is a good thing, you should see this
Send
as
it
a
to his
positive.
mom.
Have you ever heard of another thing, sorry, dead quick, cum tributes?
No.
So I get sent cum tributes where basically people print off me photo.
How exciting.
You print off me photo on paper.
And
Are you
disgusting.
joking?
No, someone once though
gosh.
sent me it and was like, I've uploaded the video to Pornhub, and I was like, can you take it down? And they were like, no, sorry, it's already up there. And I was
Oh
like,
wait,
well, why
so
is
there
they've
is
done
no
it without
law.
your consent?
without my consent?
Is
Contribute.
that legal?
Oh,
That's
that's a
illegal,
bit-
isn't
I've
it?
got
Yeah.
Stalkerish.
literally pictures of me on an A4 poster with come on my face
Like from
or on my boobs
strangers?
or on me wherever they
From
feel. Yeah,
strangers?
complete strangers.
Oh, I would feel
So
like
I
it's
have
gonna murder
heard
me.
with
bad.
unsolicited dick pics, because for me, even looking at a picture of a dick does not make me
It makes
feel...
me dry.
It doesn't, yeah, exactly. But I have heard that actually it's the act of sending it which is the thrill for them, as opposed to and knowing that you're having to
be
look
fair,
at it. They're not trying to arouse you.
Yeah.
It is
violating,
arousing
it's
to
a
them.
power
Yeah, of
thing.
course it is.
Oh,
of course
right.
it is. But I
Definitely.
totally agree
Yeah.
to send it to their parents is definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
And although it's wrong, it is wrong when I guess the energy that you put out, the more sexy you are, you're going to attract attention.
Yeah.
And it's wrong that people violate that.
Yeah,
but that is the
100%.
way of the freaking world. Like, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, people feel
I'm
like
so
they can
sorry,
hide
I'm so
behind that on
sexy.
social media because no one, well, hopefully nobody would walk up to somebody and just expose themselves.
I
Like
hope
that.
not anyway.
But like the internet gives people a little.
It's like it gives
taste
them
of it.
Yeah.
permission, doesn't
Can
it?
I
Yeah.
say, though, someone else fully just exposed himself to me? I remember doing a comedy gig and then a comedian at the end, I won't say no names, literally come to me in the car and was like, you tell dirty jokes, I tell dirty jokes. And then he pulled his willy out, done the helicopter and was like, you know you want it. And I was like, no, I don't, you know. But then I was thinking about him and I was thinking, how mad's that? Because we'd be doing comedy shows and he'd be like, oh yeah, I've had it if I would have gone there. But now I can be like, Harry whipped his dick out to me.
Sarah, can I just ask? Are you going to tell me who it is later?
I'll tell you who it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who it is.
So is sending an unsolicited dick pic sexual harassment?
100%.
Yes. Don't do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tiffany's not sure.
I'm
She's gonna
feeling
say something.
conflicted. So
I am as
Yes,
well. Like,
it
I
is,
don't like to
but
get them, but
I have sent nudes without consent. I've sent unsolicited nudes to people that I've sent nudes to before.
Have they shown interest in you, though?
Yeah.
If they're
So,
if
yeah,
they're
there's
showing
a
Oh,
difference,
interest-
isn't
yeah,
there?
yeah. I've never
No,
done it
but
to a
the thing is, you-
stranger.
Yeah,
talking to
unsolicited is
somebody.
like
no,
unprovoked.
I don't agree with that. No,
right.
you could be talking to somebody and they send you an unsolicited. You haven't asked for that dick pic, and
Yeah.
they send you. You are talking though, so
Yeah.
is that wrong then? Still?
I feel like
Yeah.
maybe
Unless it's a
So
sexual
then, if
conversation.
I sent him a topless picture, would that be?
It
wrong
wouldn't
as
be
well? Would that be sexual
unsolicited.
harassment if I
I've been
did it?
sexting someone.
if,
that
you
is-
didn't, if
if
somebody
I
didn't
did-
ask for it and that
If
you
I
didn't know
sent
them,
that to a man,
yeah,
not that I wouldn't, by the way.
yeah.
If I sent
I
that to
would.
a man, a topless picture, could he get me for sexual harassment?
I don't know whether you
There
could be
is a line.
charged
There's a
for
blurred-
it.
There's
It's a
a
bit of a
line
grey
between
area,
sexual
yeah.
harassment and sexual assault because there are lots and lots of things that are sexual harassment, but when it borders on the line of I don't think you can report somebody for for sending a dick pic, can you? I'm not
I
sure.
don't actually know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know whether it comes.
I'm
in,
just
like,
saying.
But
morality.
it is
wrong.
illegal
I am
if you
saying-
did it in real life.
I am saying that it is wrong. I don't want to receive those pictures, and I think it is wrong. But is it double standard? If a woman was to send those pictures, would she get the same smoke as a man?
Okay.
I don't
Put
know.
it in
I
the-
think.
but-
I don't think she. I
Yeah,
don't think.
we would hope so, but I also
I don't
agree.
think
I don't
so.
think
I
that
don't
she
think so.
would.
But
yeah.
put it this
Because a man's,
way.
I'll feel violated. I can see her tits.
So put it this way though, if you were out and you started speaking to someone for 5 minutes in a public place, and then after 5 minutes of speaking, they whipped their dick out, or you whipped your tits out in front of them, would you say that's a violation of or sexual harassment?
Well, I think I'm not. The thing is, I agree with everybody. I'm just saying that I think when men do something, it's seen as sexual harassment. But I bet if we sent a topless picture to a man, they
Right.
would get the same.
What I will say
Yeah.
is that I've actually heard a story recently from a good friend of mine who this woman appeared out of nowhere, right, at this club with her husband she wasn't wearing knickers, nothing, and everyone was uncomfortable. And her vulva was on show, and then she sent pictures to people, and they were like, "What the fuck are you doing? This is inappropriate."
It's sexual harassment.
So when you can't just like I would actually never be like, "Hey Joe, how's your day?" Talking about fucking puppies and cats, and then unless there's like clear lines of we're going into
So
this
why don't
territory.
women do it?
No, I still don't agree with you, to be honest.
Why don't
no.
women do it and so many men do?
Women do it.
Women do
do.
it.
A lot of
Okay,
women
why,
do it.
Why are the percentages so vastly different for unsolicited nudes? Not not sending nudes.
But the thing is, unsolicited nudes, like women send pictures of themselves all the time, whether men ask for it or not, but they get less flack, but actually probably get none at all. But then if a man was to do that unsolicited, like not invited or whatever, then he would get more flack for that. I'm not saying it's like, I do agree that it is wrong and it is sexual harassment. All I'm saying is the tables turned, then the rules changed.
Yeah, but then technically the girls just gets called a slag.
Yeah.
The guy just shows the picture around and goes, look what she just sent me, the deities.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's one way, like, and a man's penis is like a power stick. It enters us. Do you know what I mean? So
it is the power that men generally have in society.
Whereas our vaginas are life givers. Like, do you know what I mean? If you want to, we put them on bloody one bone every minute.
Okay.
So social groping, that is when you're out, maybe you're at a club, maybe you're on the tube, or you're in a public place, and somebody, a stranger, or maybe somebody that you know, maybe somebody that you work with, feels the need to touch you inappropriately. Natalie, do you have any experience with this?
I have quite a lot of experience of this, and it's mainly been in club environments. And that's probably when I dress the most sexy, is when I go out. Obviously, the rest of the time I'm a mum and I'm running about and business and whatever. So that's when I dress the most sexy. But yeah, I have on, I'd say about 15 occasions, had men touch my arse. I had one put his hand between my legs. But I've come really close. Like, obviously, as I've got older, it's happened less. But I have slapped men in the face. I've launched at someone. I've like threatened that I'm going to call the police. Because for me, it is such a violation of my boundary. I don't care how I look. I don't care whether I'm stood there in my bras and knickers. I have not given you permission to put your hand on me. Don't touch me. Right? Until I give permission for anyone to come anywhere near me, or I've let you know this, to come into my space, don't touch me. And it brings a huge rage in me, and I think it probably from some childhood experiences that I was the victim of rape and abuse as a child. Like, my body has become, I've learned to love my body, and it's precious to me. Don't touch it if it's not yours. Full stop.
Agree.
Amen.
So bad.
Yeah.
One philosophy I have is, if you wouldn't say it or do it to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, don't fucking do it to me.
And I think, especially like, it's funny because I was having this conversation just this week, because as we know, the carnival's been cancelled this year. But that is the number one place that I hate going, because it's like, just because you enter the carnival, it gives someone permission to start grinding on you. Like, and when you're like, no, like, well, you're at the carnival, like, that's just what we do. Like, no, you don't grind on me. Like, I haven't given you permission to grind on me. Just because all my friends might be doing it, like, mate, like, it does not give anyone the permission to do that. And when you're like, no, thank you, they're looking at you like you're crazy.
For me, just don't touch people without consent.
The maddest thing is they took us away from my mum and put us in a kids' home in Southport, and the kids' home manager was a paedophile, registered paedophile. And all these people came in, and I remember they were like, who's his favourite? And they all pointed at me, because he was grooming the back out of me from the second I touched in that kids' home, and I loved him, but I did not know he was the biggest nonce on the planet. But
and
he's
that's
in
what
jail
they do,
now.
don't they?
He's in jail now for life. Like, he will not get out, but for like my entire life. And that's why I don't like going clubbing. I don't like heavy social situations, because for some reason, obviously the way I dress and the way I look, I get it. Like, obviously I'm like, but it still doesn't give you the right to touch me or invade my personal space, and that's what I feel happens a lot. Me space gets invaded. Like, people come over to me. I know you're trying to say something. No. But like, someone come over to me the other night when I was out eating with the twins, and they were like, I love you so much, like, blah blah blah. Some man, and then just hugged me and just come over to me while I was eating me dinner, and I was
with
like,
your kids as well.
And then he was like to the boys, oh yeah, I love yous and that, and I was like, oh, that's nice and that, but I'm eating me dinner.
It's really weird.
And you've just hugged me, and I don't know you. You didn't even give me a chance to be like, oh, yeah. Do you know, he just went, I love you, and then hugged me.
Yeah,
And I was just like,
personal space.
What I will just point out is that both of you, when you've been talking about it, have mentioned how you dress quite sexy, but men still do it to people that are dressed very conservatively, and it's not okay.
No,
Yeah,
it happens when I'm wearing nothing, like when I wear nothing, when I wear just like an oversized tee or
vanilla
it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I do think that, you know, for me, for years, I didn't have the boundaries myself. I think that because people have violated my boundaries, my self-esteem was low enough that I didn't have the boundaries myself to go, actually, no.
Stop that.
Yeah. And it's happened a lot less as I've got older because my boundaries have got stronger.
Yeah.
Like, I give off an energy.
Don't even.
And that's where mine comes from. That's where mine comes from.
Describing that you were vulnerable people that got taken advantage of, and I feel like, especially in nightclubs where people may be drunk or on drugs, they are especially vulnerable people. Or maybe drunk girls that have got separated from their friends, or drunk men that have got separated from their friends.
But I think under no circumstances, and I'm going maybe a bit deeper here, under no circumstances, doesn't matter what a woman wears, doesn't matter what she said, doesn't matter, all those things. If she does not give you permission to do it, even if you're in the bedroom about to go in, if she says no at any point, she hasn't brought it on herself, it's no.
Yeah, of course.
No one can bring that on themselves.
Yeah.
You could walk through the club naked. You could walk through an alleyway naked. Doesn't give anybody permission to touch you. Yeah, they'll look, because you can't stop people from looking at you. But a no is a no, and it doesn't give anyone permission. It's not the woman's fault, no matter what she wears.
So lots of women experience sexual harassment or even sexual assault and don't report it. The majority do not report it as they feel they won't be taken seriously, or the process of proving it would be too traumatic or difficult. However, there are a small percentage of people who do make false accusations. So how do we feel about that?
I think if a woman makes a false accusation, that is completely wrong. Like, I can't stress it enough, like how wrong that is.
It's not okay.
It's not okay. It can destroy someone's, even if if someone's accused of rape, even if they're not found guilty or what have you, that does follow them. The stigma follows them, and I think it's just not fair at all. And the thing is, in this world, you'll never know. Only the two people that are in that room or in that situation will know. So I believe that everyone should take it seriously, but it's a shame that a small percentage of women are taking advantage of that.
And there are people that get not guilty, but they are still guilty.
Exactly.
It happened.
There
just isn't the evidence.
There's no
and then
proof.
that woman people might say she's a liar because he was not guilty, but that might not be the case, might it?
Exactly, no. But I think if someone has made that accusation, I think it's so wrong. It's so wrong.
There's not much more you can say on that. Like, it's just point blank wrong. Just
don't
say someone's done something if they haven't done it, because
then
the people who have and they want to come forward. They don't want to.
So it's not just the man, like, you're actually building up a culture where people are afraid to say it because of you.
Don't fucking lie.
So do we believe that in our society today, women are overly sexualised?
Completely.
100%.
Hands down.
I do think women have a big part to play in it, though.
Which women?
I think that women that overly... I think it's a personal decision. If you want to go and wear certain clothes, I think it's completely up to you and more power to you. But then you are kind of... Women are...
You did just say before that if you're not asking for it, you're not asking for it. So
if you're not asking for it, you're not asking. And I think a woman should be able to wear whatever she likes. And I think more power to you. If you're confident with your body or what have you, or if you're not, you should be able to wear what you like. But then people say that women are over-sexualised because maybe do they have a part? I'm not disagreeing or agreeing, but do they have a part to play?
Women have been overly sexualised since time began.
I think the problem lies with women, like you said, do what you want. If you feel empowered by it, the only thing that I worry about, and I've looked at studies, and it's actually proven that it is psychologically damaging to teenage girls and young girls growing up, where society has become so over-sexualised. Every music video is sexualised, everything.
Yeah.
And these young minds are being exposed to it, and it is screwing with them.
Look at the kids' clothes
Right.
that are
Oh, I
available.
know.
Belly
I
tops,
know,
leather
I
pants,
know.
chokers. What's that about?
Like
I know.
2-year-old bikinis and stuff.
What is that
But
about?
then
It drives me mad.
It's not the bikini itself, it's the fact that people then do to be
It's the
devil's
fact that
advocate.
somebody is looking at a child and even thinking that it is sexual
Yes.
is the issue.
Yes.
Because you cannot sexualise a child.
No.
Please don't sexualise children. But so for example, the Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion WAP video, that has caused absolute controversy all over. There's people that saying it's disgusting, there's people that saying it's empowering. I personally feel that women have been overly sexualised for a very long time, but now we're entering a liberation,
when we
empowerment
reclaim
period.
it.
Yeah, so I feel like men will always look at women and think disgusting things if they are straight, but I don't think that there's an issue with a woman embracing that she is sexy and that she owns it, and that doesn't mean that you can touch her, that doesn't mean you can send unsolicited dick pics, but she is allowed to embrace her sexuality and her femininity.
Yeah,
completely.
I think absolutely, and I think that's great that women claim that power. But again, that music video, every teenage girl will have watched that. So at 11 years, there's 10, 11-year-old girls watching that, and that is influencing their minds. Yeah. So that's impacting. Do you know what I mean? And so then what are we going to see 10, 15 years from now?
Yeah, exactly.
For me, like, you can be sexy when you're an adult. If that makes sense, like you can drink
but
when you're an adult,
I think let's face it,
But
that video is
little
inappropriate for a young
children
girl.
want to emulate. Children want to look at their mother, or
I think I wouldn't personally. I have nieces and nephews, and I wouldn't let them sit down and watch that video or listen to that song.
I wouldn't let my daughter.
I wouldn't. So it's fair enough.
also
If they're
not
happy,
for children.
Yeah,
No, it's not for
it's not
children.
for children.
It's been
Exactly.
marketed.
It's been it's every. No, you say it's not for children, but children have the internet now. Children
They
have
do.
access to a lot of
You
things.
know what? I had MTV when I was a kid.
It's on the radio,
and there was
daytime.
still just as much sexualisation happening then, if not more.
Yeah.
So because
And
women were used as an object in
Exactly.
music videos then instead of the focus.
Exactly, but now that is playing on daytime radio. So if you're watching if you're listening to Capital Electric in the car going somewhere, like, and kids pick up things so quickly.
And you hear little kids going, I'm
Yeah.
so horny,
Yeah,
horny, on the ride to the answer, I'm horny. And you're like, you're 8. Shut your mouth.
So I think kids are exposed to too much way too young. Because if
Yeah.
they've got it, and the thing is, there's songs that we've all sung when we were younger, and then when we're older, we're like that.
Slam your body down and wave it all around. Do you remember the Spice Girls track?
You know, can I just say?
My neck, my back.
Yeah.
That came out when I was a child.
Wait, can I just say there's a song by Trey Songz which I will not listen to now, and it's pure rapey, and he says, you say you don't want it, but I know you want it. But you're saying you don't want it, but I'm going to give it
But
to
do you know what? It's like a
Learn
seed that's
life.
set in a child's mind that actually all these things are dropping seeds and they will grow.
It's
and
all
grow.
subliminal
And it's
messages.
also, it's
Yeah.
okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's like, it's almost grooming kids from now.
It
Yeah.
is, that's what it's doing.
But I think
Realistically.
Amy makes a really good point that it's always been there, but now women have reclaimed
It's an
themselves.
issue,
And now it's like, oh, hang on, no, you can't dress like that. And
It's like OnlyFans. It's like OnlyFans.
Yeah.
We'll post sexy photos
So
on Instagram.
all of my life, women have been like, lubed up on a car and grabbing their tits in a man's music video.
Yeah.
But when Cardi B does it, oh, actually, no, that's not okay. So
yeah.
Or if I just lubed myself and put myself on my own car, everyone would be like, slut shaming.
the over-sexualisation has always sort of been there, but now it just seems to be more of an issue because women are reclaiming themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
Do,
That's
do,
it.
do you think that though? Because
Yeah.
I think that, like, if you go back, there was a lot of music videos in certain genres that were over-sexualised, and now you look all across the board, and it is. I think.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
I know that it's not all across the board.
I think it has stepped up a level from when I have to say.
I think that's because
And
of
we've got
social
more
media.
exposure to
Maybe.
it.
I think that's
Yeah.
because of the overexposure.
And now it's getting to younger people, as you say, like YouTube, you can. It's not even like
Yeah,
it's
that's a
sensory
really good
or.
point. In the 90s, kids couldn't expose themselves to the
couldn't do that.
internet.
Do you know what? Can I just say on that point? I was talking to my husband yesterday, and he told me he was 7 years old when he went into the woods and found his first porn magazine.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say that even in the 80s, children were exposed to this kind
on
of stuff.
Instagram, you look at 11-year-old girls' accounts, and
Yeah,
they are.
it's disturbing.
they are-
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
It's,
and
everything's
that
more readily
wasn't-
available
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's at your
So
fingertips.
glad I've got boys.
Yeah. And the thing is, should women be should someone like Cardi B, for example, be thinking actually there's young girls watching me, I don't need to be doing this,
Do you know,
or
I
is it the
think that she
parents'
is-
job, or is
For
it
me
like,
personally, I think she's a brilliant role model.
Yeah.
I think
I
that
do.
she absolutely.
I'm
For
on the
me,
fence.
I
She
think
said what
she's
she said.
liberated. She's liberated. She speaks her mind. She completely owns her body.
I think if I had a
I'm
little
not
girl,
saying I want my 4-year-old to go and
Well,
dress
that's what
like
you say,
Cardi B,
but
but when she is an adult, that is fine.
but
she
the thing
wants
is,
to.
no, you're saying when she's an adult. If your 4-year-old's looking at that from now, she's going to want, oh, can I have a belly top and what can I? So is that your job to censor it?
No, well, yeah, because I'm her mother and I buy her clothes, but also she's not seen that video, and I'm not saying because that the audience for that video is not children.
But
Whether
they still
children
watch
see
it,
or
yeah,
not,
yeah.
whether children see it or not, it is not the
It's
audience.
how you raise
Just
your
like
kids.
children get their hands on porn when they're 13 or 14, they are not the target audience, but they'll still see it. You know, it's your job to mould them, to guide them
it's
in the
how you-
direction.
It's a lot harder to do these days with social media.
I
And,
know,
and-
but
I
you
agree.
Exactly, that's what
you
I'm
can
saying. Like,
police
do
them
these
to a
do these women
point.
have
To a
obviously
point.
not? They don't have a responsibility to raise your children. That's our responsibility.
Yeah.
But to some certain extent, do they have a responsibility to think actually young girls are watching me? That's all I'm saying.
Sexual harassment claims have been on the rise and increased significantly since the Me Too movement, and statistics claim that nearly 20% of women have experienced sexual assault in the UK, but that is thought to be way higher due to lack of reporting. When looking at why this is the case, there are so many contributing factors and views as to why this issue is so prevalent. Whether this is down to the over-sexualisation of women, lack of equality, or other systemic issues. It's also hard to determine whether it's a rise in cases or it's just that more women are coming forward and finding their voice. There is also huge challenges when it comes to proving claims, which can make people feel fearful of speaking up. But equally, there's a dark side of it that cannot be ignored when it comes to the subject of false accusation. Where the boundaries lie of what constitutes a sexual harassment can also be blurry. But if it feels that as though someone has violated your personal boundaries, then it's time to speak up. What are you okay with? How has someone's behaviour left you feeling? No one has the right to invade your personal space or make sexual advances towards you unless you have given them full permission to do so. This is a huge issue that needs change. Start with educating your kids if you have them and building yourself up as a woman. The more self-esteem you have and the more your self-esteem is intact, you feel empowered and more unlikely to just put up and shut up. Sexual assault or harassment can have a massive impact on the victims, and it takes time and support to heal. But believe me when I say, as someone that has come out the other side, you can heal and overcome. If you have experienced anything like this, reach out and speak out and know that you're not alone. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on the Modern Day Women Show on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter.